Battle control initialized.
Alright people, here we are with my first official cast of the big team tournament. I'm your caster Ham, and let's take a look at the teams that we got going here. So, we've got Chamberlain and Donald Trump. I don't know which team they're playing for, but they're playing against Spy, and also playing against Nui. So, let's try to have ourselves a good game here. So, let's just get this situated really quick. I've actually never really played on this map before, and one thing I do want to just point out is it's actually been a while since I've played any sort of RA, so it's going to be a little bit of a... I think I'll be fairly neutral when it comes to the cast here, because I actually don't know these players very well. So, Donald Trump's actually going to begin out with just some scouting with some rifle infantry. Same thing here from Chamberlain. We're going to see that as well from the other side. They're just going to scout out some infantry out to the middle field here. There's actually a biolab in the middle of this map. I'm not too sure what this biolab will actually do, but we might actually have some combat here pretty shortly. So Nui's going with a pretty standard build order. It's still pretty early to tell here what players plan on doing. First little bit of action going on there. Let's zoom back out here for a sec, guys. Alright, looks like Chamberlain will probably... Let's see what they're building. Alright, so we got ourselves a war factory coming out from Nui and 2 ore. Actually, we've got 1 ore and 1 ref coming out from each team here. And it looks like we've got ourselves somebody capturing the biolab. Someone just pointed out that actually gives you zombies and giant ants. I'm actually kind of curious about this. That's going to be quite interesting. That is awesome. So double refineries here coming out from Spy. War factory from Nui is going to be up here pretty quickly. Double refineries from Chamberlain, and then the other war factories out here quick as well. Just want to take a look at what they're building here. I need to figure out some sort of hotkeys for this stuff, right? But war trucks coming out, and we've got ants coming out as well from Chamberlain. From Spy Chamberlain, I should say. This is going to be an interesting map. Oh, okay, so they actually come out of your barracks. I've never really seen what the ants do, so this is going to be interesting for me, to say the least. Most players just building up their own bases. There's no real aggression or any sort of movements onto each other at this point in time. This is what the side of the map looks like from one of these guys. Yep. Oh, okay, so we've got a ranger going in on just doing some scouting here, taking out some of the E1 that have been just laying around. There's tons of ants though. I'm actually excited for what's going to happen with all these ants. Got another ranger coming out here as well. These ants have spotted the ranger. Can they actually do anything to it? They're kicking the shit out of that ranger as far as I can see. Incredible. Donald Trump just gets his service depot up, so he's either probably going to be building some heavy tanks or MCVs here. Ranger just doing some scouting, figuring out what's in this guy's base. That Ranger's going to probably back out here, maybe cut the rifle infantry just a little bit. Yeah, just do a little bit more scouting. So we got 5 ore trucks up there, 2 ore trucks, 3 ore trucks here for, I'm forgetting the names. Chamberlain up on the top left. Nui on the top right. He's got 4 ore trucks going. We've got just 2 ore trucks here with Spy, but he's focused a lot on this barrage. You know, I am really excited. I don't even know if these are considered infantry or vehicles. I guess they'd be infantry because they come out of the barracks, right? But yeah, okay, he got the MCV. That makes a lot of sense. He's kind of going for a little bit more of a later game build where he wants to get more war factories up, quicker production as well. Oh, this construction yard is taking a lot of damage. Donald Trump's going to have to move. He might actually just lose his entire base to this if he doesn't get help from Chamberlain. This is brutal. Looks like he's repositioning possibly to mid, take over some of that, and Chamberlain's actually going to take over that biolab and cut off this production of ants. These ants actually might move north here. This is a pretty undefended base by Chamberlain. He needs to get some defenses up or he's going to be in trouble, guys. We've got veteran ants here. This is a real problem. Beacon flying in the middle, I don't know what for. I think just to notify that this biolab has been captured and we need to capture it back. And we've got some aggression here. We got some flamethrowers coming out on the war factory of Spy here. But he's got some backup here coming in as well. This APC and the flamethrower is going to be just taken care of quite quickly. So Spy is also coming out here from Spy. I don't know if that's his trademark move or what. It looks like they're... Oh, okay, we've got some ants they've taken out. Looks like they're going to take out the radar dome. And this Tesla coil, though, is probably going to just kill those pretty quickly, right? Yeah. I think that biolab is going to be gone, though. And that's going to be kind of a relief for some of these players. Don't have to worry about ants anymore. It's going to be interesting what Donald Trump does to kind of get back here. He's in a bit of a vulnerable position. Nui has a lot of stuff that can just come out here and take care of him. This one Tesla coil isn't going to be near enough to take care of it. It actually might deter them enough if they don't know what's going on over here. Like if that Tesla hits one or two guys, they might be a little bit cautious about going to strike there. So it's not that bad. One thing I do want to add, I really do not know who these players are. So this is a very unbiased cast, to say the least. We've got Donald Trump just sending more back down to his base, and we've got a Chinook probably carrying those spies. He's going to go on a little bit of a mission here, probably to steal money from Donald Trump. 2 Tesla coils up now by Donald Trump. They're about to be spotted pretty quickly here. Nope, they have not seen it yet. So this Chinook's going to go probably and take some cash quite uncontested. Alright, well I just got some clarification. Donald Trump is Persian Immortal. I actually do remember Persian from playing against him a couple years back. And wow, Nui just cleaned up that little rifleman squad. And they're on the hunt. They found another MCV here. This MCV is toast, guys. Unless somehow he doesn't thoroughly search the location, but where else is he going to run? He's toast. They're going to find it and take care of it. Goodbye Persian Immortals MCV. In the middle here, we actually have one of the Tesla coils, both Tesla coils offline. They might want to be resolving that fairly quickly. Your Chamberlain's also taking another. He's got another forward MCV expansion here. Looks like Nui moved. No, it looks like he's got another MCV expansion as well. They're going to start contesting over this middle or pretty quickly. Lots of infantry over on Nui's side. A couple medium tanks just to kind of support that. Haven't really seen any air from either side of the. Oh, actually, let's correct that. We've got some Hinds coming out from Nui here. And they're going to back away from these artilleries. They don't want to deal with this at all. This Tesla coil is also going to cause some problems with this ore truck. Just got told I've got some high frequency hiss going on. I'll have to fix that for the next cast, guys. Sorry about that. Actually, I might be able to adjust that right now. Alright, I'll have to take care of that next stream, guys. Chamberlain, or Spy, gosh, this name is confusing me, has just quickly set up 3 buildings here in the middle. Just for some of that territorial control. Yeah, I did just hear a Tanya. Who has the Tanya? I wish I could find out, guys. It's probably Spy. I really don't see the Tanya. This is crazy. Anyways, we've got some artillery just pounding this middle base establishment. And I'm not too sure what Persian Immortal's thinking with its MCV. He might just kind of be going with an all-in position to kind of move it in, put some base defenses down. Meanwhile, on the south side, Chamberlain's going to have to defend against all these infantry. This Tesla coil is probably not going to last very long if he just persists on it. But oh, yep, there it is. There's the Spies. There's the Tanya owned by Spy. Looks like he did a little bit of work, and he's going to just get the heck out of there before that Hind catches up with him. Another Tesla coil here to kind of clean up all those infantry as well. They're pinging out middle here. This construction yard is going to get destroyed by these MCVs if he does not take care of it. More artillery just being thrown on either side of the battle here. This MCV is toast, my friends. Yep. Actually, I'm going to try one thing with my audio, guys. Sorry. Let's try this out. Maybe this is a little bit better.
That's all you got?
GPS satellite's going to be online for Spy as well in 6 minutes here, but he's got a pretty good hold over the middle of this base, or middle of this map, I should say. I must give props to Chamberlain and Persian. They've been able to actually hold their own for a little bit here. Kind of a bit surprised. They were pretty vulnerable down on the bottom, but no, they're doing a great job. They did just lose that middle establishment, but that shouldn't be much of an issue while they continue to kind of fortify on this side of the map. No sign of super weapons yet. It's a little bit scary what Spy is actually pulling off here, though. He's got a lot of artillery crawling, but he's base crawling with the artillery. He's got the Hinds to give him the backup as well from any infantry that might come near, any light vehicles. He also has AA guns too, so any Hinds that come near these artillery, they're pretty toast. He's got no hope for that. More artillery, some flak trucks aggressively just scouting here, seeing what they can kind of find a pick off of. If they trade with any of these Hinds, it's definitely worth it, but it looks like they're going to get cleaned up, and Chamberlain's the loser on that engagement, unfortunately. Now these Hinds are going to try to clean up some of their artillery, and they're going to be successful. They're going to pick off two and back away quickly before this rocket infantry can clean them out. Meanwhile, the artillery is still pounding over at this area, but it's going to be taken out as well. Parabombs are about to be dropped over by this construction yard. Here we go, let's see what happens. Ouch, that hurts. That takes out all the air defense. They're pretty much free to walk in now. There's just a couple Hinds there, but it looks like this Hind's actually out of ammo. They're free to come in. These yaks! Oh, just barely. If only it crashed a bit sooner, that would have been very beneficial for Chamberlain. Meanwhile, on the bottom, we've still got Spy fortifying himself with artillery. Bit of engagement here up at top as well. Those infantry are going to get worked down by those Hinds, and this is looking a little bit scary for Chamberlain. He needs to get some defenses up here pretty quick. If it's just a couple artillery, that's more than enough to get him away. Or more, a couple V2, I should say. Another MCV here by Persian, just trying to expand a little bit, get a little bit more of that territorial control back on the map. And I wonder if Spy still has his Tanya up somewhere. Wow, these artillery are causing a big problem. This is one of the worst positions to be in when you're trying to harvest all this ore. Look at this. These ore trucks are just getting pounded. This is really tough. When this becomes your main source of income, because if you look at other parts of the map, and Tanya's doing work on that part of the map, but all the ore is in the middle, and you gotta be able to hold that up, right? So this is looking really good for Spy and really bad for the guys on the left side here. This Tanya is also going to get away. They don't have any sort of air or anti-air to take out that Chinook, so that's another free win for Spy. He's got a gap gen as well, so what that means, you got to fire blindly into that mess if you want to know what's going on. And if there was GPS up, it would be a little bit more of a big deal, but no, this... Oh, looks like the Tesla Coil just finishes off that Tanya up on the bottom corner here, but man, Spy's looking really good, and you know what? Safe to say, so is Nui actually. He's actually done a really good job supporting here. He's got 2 MCVs on the crawl. He's got 2 construction yards as well. He's probably building like a machine at this point. Meanwhile, Persian Immortal, he's got 2 MCVs up, 2 construction yards. Chamberlain is 3. Wow, this is actually a really close game, guys. Despite I think we've got one team losing it a bit here. And oh, we got an aggressive MCV laydown here and a lot of rifle infantry coming in. Not enough here to take them out. These Tesla coils are just going to become, they're going to be disposed of quite quickly here. When there's a lot of infantry like this, it's really not going to do a whole lot when you have one Tesla coil like that. These light tanks are also going to get taken out. Nice AA gun coming up here for support. AA bomb coming online for Chamberlain, but that's in 9 minutes, and you know what? It's right here by all those infantry. That is not going to last, I feel. Unless for somehow, some way, he can pull out some sort of V2 rocket or some sort of flame tower at this point. He's got 1 V2 already. Perfect. That takes out a ton of the infantry. He's got a lot of artillery here though as well, and you know what's going to happen when this GPS is coming online. They're going to probably find out where this missile silo is. And that's going to be an issue for Chamberlain. Meanwhile, at the bottom, Spy's taking out a lot of this guy's base. He's got rifle infantry, rocket infantry as well, doing lots of work. Chamberlain and Donald Trump both have little to none anti-infantry, so this is quite a problem. There's a few Hinds here trying to make quick work of all these artillery. They're having to skip over all the rocket and rifle infantry here. And they're just taking out all the base defenses. You know what? They can't even land. They're going to get taken out by all these infantry as well. they can't reload. All these guys are waiting for their turn in the pit. Meanwhile, Chamberlain's actually done a really good job holding this guy back. He's got a V2 up there still. He's trying to repair his missile silo. We've got some more trucks as well, seemingly doing some scouting. I wonder if he might actually try to get one of them killed inside of the refinery and block the resources here. And this construction yard is going to get taken down pretty quickly as well. Meanwhile on bottom, Spy's continuing to expand. He's got some chrono tanks up. That's quite exciting actually. Looks like he just chronoed in a V2 to take it out. That V2 was actually veteran. That was causing a little bit of an issue, so that was a really good chrono just to take it out, right? So we've got GPS up in 54 seconds. This means they're going to get a lot more intel up on Spy's team, Newey's team. And we just got ping out on the middle of the map, and I'm trying to figure out what that might be. Maybe they realize there's a vulnerable point here where there's no defense, where they can just come in. Another MCV sets up here, but the Hinds are quick to spot it. Hinds are going to meet each other, say hello, and back away. Yep. But geez, this is not looking good for this is not looking good for Chamberlain and Persian. The A-bomb's up in 7 minutes, but I don't think that's going to make much of a difference if they can even hold on that long. They are just so far behind, and probably the economy as well. We check up the econ tab right here. The assets, wow, earned. Actually, the earned is fairly close, but the total amount of assets Spy has, 70,000 credits. That's just insane. He's selling a refinery here, probably to make room for another building. Not sure what he's thinking. GPS is online. They're going to have a ton of intel, and they're going to have a free walk into the enemy team, I feel, at this point. Very curious what he's planning to do with these chrono tanks. Kind of a fun fact, you can actually use chrono tanks. You can teleport a bunch of them, and you can instant squish infantry if you teleport on them. So, for example, he could teleport right onto this group here and take him out, but I don't know if he's actually going to. I believe they squish him by default as well, but this one chrono tank, if he blinked right here, he could actually take out these 5 infantry with no effort at all. I think it's a little bit underrated in my opinion. It's pretty strong. You consider that he takes them out just to be safe. It's a good hit and run play. He's really set up around here, around this choke point. You're not going to get through that. Boy, they've got to really hope they can pull something out here in this remaining 5.5 minutes for that next silo. I don't even think, even if they build naval, that isn't going to help them out here. That artillery is going to take out those little 5 infantry as well. GPS does indeed spot them. You know, if we hop to their view, we can kind of get a glimpse of what just happened here. Looks like a chrono. Anyways, they can tell that there isn't much here. There's helicopters. They can go south. There's pretty well nothing at the bottom of this base. They might have to go in for a last-ditch attempt here. The Hinds are just... they're trying to say, here we are, don't come near us. But that ain't gonna matter. There's 4 or 5 Hinds on the bottom here, just taking out these power plants. That's gonna cause problems. Meanwhile, actually these parabombs did pretty good work. They didn't take out the gap gen, unfortunately, but it looks like... I don't know if they took out an AA gun, but... that isn't gonna be enough, unfortunately. And another issue is you can't really use those parabombs on units because they're going to see those planes coming. So a little bit passively played here. Oh, we got some infantry looking like they're trying to take out the chronosphere. But I think Spy might catch onto this fairly quickly. Actually, he might not. He might not at all. Newey's actually going to spot them though. And you know what? Unfortunately, this is going to be all for nothing. He's going to repair up his friend's chronosphere and take out these infantry. Meanwhile, Newey's just going to scout again with some Hinds here. Surprising amount of war trucks still hanging around here. I feel if either of these guys had longbows, they would be pretty much free to walk in. There isn't much for anti-air. I think even the nuke silos offline by Chamberlain, you know what, they're kind of hurting here. He's got to get more power up, but I don't know what he's going to be able to do. Or what Spy's up to here. Continual production as usual. Newey's sending a pretty formidable Hind group to the south side of the map. Tesla coil causing problems for these chrono tanks. However, chrono tanks are actually pretty decent against buildings. He's gonna blink himself out of there, take that out without getting another return hit there. It's kind of alright use of the chrono tanks, I feel. Still holding on, guys. Persian and Chamberlain. Very, very determined. He can actually pull something out. Spy actually has his 8 bomb in 1 minute. I had no idea. I didn't even read that. That's going to be huge. Come the chrono tanks again for perhaps another hit and run. You're going to take out this artillery, and they may actually blink back. Yep, they're out. That's very annoying. What can you do in that situation? You got to get some light vehicles up close to the face of those chrono tanks if you can. Some light tanks, some flak trucks, anything. There's actually a mobile radar jammer there, just as some defensive precautions, right? Heinz is well by Nui, just doing a little bit of work. They're going to take up more power. More and more power is going down here. Transport helicopter by Spy looks to be empty over here. Guys, this is looking pretty dire for our friends on the left side of the map. Got an MCV just hanging out. I think he's pinging that he needs to deploy it. Or perhaps he's pinging he wants to chrono it. Yep. Where did it go, guys? Where did that MCV go? Down here. They've spotted it. But you know what? They're going to start expanding quick. Look at that AA just coming up. They're both ready. They're coordinated. This is awesome. This is great. Chronosphere, if you have the coordination, is probably one of the most deadly things in this game. A-bomb is ready for Spy. Let's see where he's going to throw this down. Looks to be in the center here of the map. Yep, right there. Goodbye construction yard. Goodbye 2 or 3 refineries. Ouch. Power taken out as well. Looks like we have some production stalled here as well. Chrono tanks are going to come in and clean up. If there is no contention, they are free to do as they wish. These things will make very quick work of buildings. I think because of your head, you kind of have a little bit more of a flexibility of taking out, bringing up these chrono tanks. It's a little bit of a gamble in my opinion of actually building. Meanwhile, top, Chamberlain's doing his best here. Oh, there's way too many infantry. I don't think he's gonna need some pillboxes or. Sorry. Oh, we got a Persian, guys. I think this is over. GG's the call. Victory. Spy and Nui. Very good performance by both of these players. Very impressive. However, Chamberlain is not giving up. They'll never give up, as far as I can tell. GG, everybody. I'll try to fix this mic issue for the next stream. Comes the cleanup. Everything being thrown out the. It's toast and GG, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Let's see if we can get another game going.
Battle control terminated.